Welcome to Scorched Earth and the general mid-month reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant for the last 2 weeks of February. I hope you are well. Apologies in the delay in getting these up to you. The last week has been interesting. A bit like that old Chinese curse, may you live in interesting times. I'm certainly living in interesting times at the moment. Anyway, if you've not seen these videos before, they're different to the main monthly readings because in this one we're looking for the lesson. It's an exercise in perspective. I believe that there is wisdom or a lesson contained in every experience and interaction that we have if we're open to seeing it, but often we get bogged down with the day-to-day minutiae of living this 3D existence, and so we kind of miss what's going on in a broader perspective. So we're kind of going to zoom out a little bit. We're going to look at where you are right now, and we'll pull 3 cards for that, see what your energy is, and then we'll pull 3 cards and see why you are in that energy in the first place. I mean, hindsight is 2020, and as we look back in our lives, often we can see the point of the things that we could not see at the point that we were in them. And so this is like it's like I said, it's an exercise in perspective, so that we can kind of appreciate where we're being taken, where we're going, It makes it a little easier to navigate challenging stuff, I think. So we'll close out with 3 cards of advice. I hope that makes sense. This is something that's worked for me a lot over the last, 4 or 5 years. That I've been specifically doing this for me, and so that's why I do it for you now. But anyway, let's have 3 cards for Aquarius, please. That's 1, 2, one more for Aquarius, please, and 3. Right, so we have, first card is the 2 of Pentacles, the second card is the 4 of Wands, and the third card is the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page in a standard deck. And notice we've got the Devil at the bottom here. Now that's Capricorn energy. It's followed by the 9 of Swords, and it's followed by the Hermit again. So I think you've been in a bit of a state of withdrawal, I would say, Aquarius, for the last wee while, because you have been struggling with something. You've been, the 9 of Swords is a card of great anxiety. I mean, look at it. It's an ugly card there. It's can be insomnia. It can talk about depression or mental illness, things like that. But also just talk about things that you're trying to work out for yourself, things that are really causing you concern. The fact that it's coming up here with the Devil card means that I feel like some of you felt very trapped, very stuck with something. And the Hermit card, which is the card of Virgo, is speaking about, retreating into this, sanctuary, into your own shell, in fact, while you work out whether you are actually stuck, whether you are actually trapped where you are. It can be, it could literally be talking about the circumstances that you find yourself in at the moment, but it could be talking about things that are surfacing from the past that you're now kind of in a process of processing, actually. Now I say that because the very first card that we've got out for you is the 2 of Pentacles, and that all cards number 2 speak to me about the internal place, right? In the major arcana is the High Priestess, and she's very much about internal wisdom. It's quite a passive energy. It's not about what is seen on the outside, it's about what you are dealing with on the inside. And these pentacles can often talk about, well, for me, I see them as energetic currency. So, where you put your time and your care and your effort and your money even, it's anything that's capable of being invested, then for me becomes a pentacle. And what you're trying to do is level this out. So it could be that whatever this refers to here, this Devil and this 9 of Swords, is you trying to find this internal stability with how you feel about whatever those 2 cards represent to you specifically. And remember that this is a general reading, and you've got to take it as it resonates, or take what resonates and leave the rest of it. But finding that point of alignment where it's like, okay, right, I understand all of these, disparate bits now. Now I'm kind of going to put them all together and work out how I manage in the middle of it. And I like that. it's a really positive energy, and I do think that we're seeing you kind of coming out of your shell just a little bit as that balance is starting to occur. Is the next card that we've got is the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is the creation of a new foundation. So there are changes afoot that I feel like you are now at a point where you're getting ready to start instigating. I'm going to shut that window. Sorry, it's very early in the morning here. All morning flights from the local airport are taking off, so there is liberation implied in this too. I mean, not least because of the fact we've got a butterfly here, being the one who's kind of juggling these pentacles. You know, butterflies are symbols of transformation. A transformation of your inner place will almost certainly lead to a transformation of your outer place, because as you realise that you're not in alignment with stuff, you're going to bring things towards you that do cause that sense of alignment to occur. But I'm looking at the way that this Four of Wands is here, and it does look like something's been pulled open. If we just take a look at that for a second, I don't know if you can see it terribly well, but behind the butterfly there are like chevroned lines, and then around the side of this here we also have those very, very straight lines, right? And the way that this card looks to me, just take a closer look at it there, it does look like those lines have been pulled wide open to expose something really rather beautiful behind it. And it feels like a point of focus for you now, Aquarius. It's like, where things are not okay, we're going to change them. We're going to do something about it. The movement hasn't started yet though. I think this is important because we've got this Page of Wands here, and that is a precursor to movement for me. That is when you start, when your energy starts building towards something. Like, consider when you book yourself a holiday or something like that. I'm sure we can all remember the time where booking ourselves a holiday was something we could do, right? You're not actually on the holiday, but you start to get excited and you start planning about, maybe the things that you need to buy. Maybe you need some new clothes, new wardrobe, to take with you on holiday. Maybe get yourself some sandals, get yourself some mosquito repellent, those kind of things, and it's excitement, it's anticipation towards whatever this new thing is that you're going to be doing, but you're not there yet. This seems like you're very much in the planning stages of how you are going to change what has been rather drab and predictable. With those straight lines, we're looking for the heat now. Aquarius is actually what it feels like, in whatever sense that applies. I mean, some of you might actually be going on holiday, but others of you may be looking to change your home or your work or something like that. But it feels like it's kind of bigger than that, Aquarius. It feels like a big mindset shift that's happening for you here, which is cool. I like this. So why is Aquarius in this energy? There's the Three of Wands. Yeah, this is huge. There's the Three of Wands, very first card out. Second card, Page of Pentacles. Third card, the Lover's card. Card of Gemini in the major arcana, but there are cards in the tarot in both the major and the minor arcana that I consider to be cards of manifestation, and you've got one of each there. Three of Wands and the Lover's card, because the Three of Wands is about the actions that we take, right? The Two of Wands is a crossroads energy, and you think through the consequences of going one way over another. The Three of Wands is when you actually pick your path and you start traveling along that, right? That to me is manifestation energy right there. You're working towards something, your movement is happening now. And then you've got this one, which is a profound card of manifestation. It's about free will, it's about consent, but it's about making big, big choices. Not just, what am I going to have for dinner? you know, this thing or this thing. It's about saying, right, there are things in my life that are not great. How do I change them? Right? It's the act of stepping up and making that fucking decision in the first place, resolving that one will make the decisions that are going to change one's life. And we've got the Page of Pentacles here as well. We've got a practical application going on. Because just as I was saying, you know, that energetic currency thing, this is you picking up your pentacle and investing it in a different direction to where it has currently been. And in order to do that, you need to know how many pentacles you've got. And I think that you've got a few at the moment, but I think that they're increasing just as your energy levels are starting to increase. So the number of pentacles that you are able to invest are increasing too. This isn't a new start in the sense that we see it with the Fool or say one of the Aces or something like that, where it's, you know, it's huge, it's a big news cycle or whatever. This is about going, if I want that Fool energy, if I want that Ace energy, where do I have to redirect my energy? It's good. It's a really empowered position, I think, for you to be in. Because it might be that you don't quite know what it is that you want yet, but you know that you don't want what you have. And that's as good a place to start as anywhere. So give me some cards of advice for Aquarius, please. We've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Father of Wands. And the Eight of Swords, right? There you are at the bottom of the deck. Father of Swords, Aquarius energy. This is all about thinking clearly about things. There's this little lorry that just pulled up at fucking what time? 6:38 in the morning. Thinking clearly, right? Being able to think clearly so that you can make decisions, you know, yet another card of decision making. Oh lordy, look at that. I didn't even see that. There's the Star card. There's the Aquarius card. You've got the Death card. And then you've got the Fool. Like, this is huge. All of this major arcana that's sitting behind you making decisions, you thinking clearly about what it is that you want. This is the future here, you know. And in Aquarius, you are visionary, right? So if you have been stuck, and I think that you have been stuck, where you couldn't quite work out which way your future was going, that's clearing up for you very soon. But big changes afoot once you start dealing with the little things here. Now, the cards of advice that you've got: Ten of Swords, Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands, and the Eight of Swords here are so on point, I think, because at the moment, you know, you're Two of Pentacles, Daughter of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, kind of level, right? That's pretty low down there. What do you actually want? You know, what inspires you so much that you would be prepared to put in all the effort that you have to attain it? What is your goal, Aquarius? You need to start thinking about this right now and further committing to it, actually. We've got the King of Wands, which is Leo energy, it's fellow fixed sign, actually your opposite sign in the zodiac here. This is about the action that you take. You know, what actions are you going to take towards what it is that you want? What it is that you want to commit to, what fulfillment looks like to you, practically speaking. And then we've got this Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords is a card of restrictive thinking. And it's a card of things, of not thinking about things clearly. Like maybe in order to reach the clarity, you need to sit and reflect on what it is that you have not been thinking clearly about, right? And start approaching it from lots of different angles until you crack the nut of what has been keeping you stuck for this last wee while. And so, you know, all that will very much include considering what the devil means to you. This devil that was in the deck here. Where are you stuck? Where are you trapped? Where are you consenting to keep yourself there? And how do you consent to move yourself away from it, you know? Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there. Know that I love you all very, very much. And I will see you soon.